Hi, friend. It's Laura Winters, your host of Miracle in Time podcast and owner of Your Light Holistic Therapy and Wellness LLC. You are a miracle, plain and simple. It's a miracle you are here. A miracle changed my life, and maybe this is the miracle that will change yours. Here we go. Hello, friend. It has been a while for me to record something. And like I said before, I want to show up as someone different because I am. And so this morning I was thinking about something I listened to this week. And this might seem way out there, but we are upon disclosure. And so, just feels like a final time to talk about it. And so anyway, when we are having our human experience and we're in, relationships with other people, whether that's friends or family or, romantic relationships, um, there might be this feeling that someone can't show up for you in the way that you want them to, like in the way that you would. And that can create a lot of frustration and, um, dynamics. I was going to say dynamics, because it can go any which way. And so my mentor had said something in regards to somebody that they just don't have the capacity for that. It's not that they don't want to, they don't have the capacity. They haven't learned or have grown the capacity. And so I was listening to Daryl Anka, who channels Bashar. So Bashar was talking, and this guy was asking about the Greys. So an ET race, the Greys, and they apparently, I these are the ones who are responsible for encounters and um, like taking people away for experiments and things like that. So anyway, the person was asking something about the Greys and their capacity for emotions. And Bashar said that the older generations had kind of mutated out of being able to recognize emotions. So they literally don't have the capacity for it. Like, they don't have anything in their being that would allow them to recognize emotion or feel emotion, whatever the thing is. It doesn't exist in them. And then he proceeded to say that that the newer generations have realized that this is something that they needed to experience and kind of hold for disclosure and being integrated with the human race. And so that has changed, but it made me start thinking about this idea with friends or family or other people that we have encounters with, that there literally may not be the capacity in them for what you need. And that doesn't necessarily make it right or wrong. I think it just adds a layer of perspective that maybe they're not trying to do something to you, or they're not, it's not manipulative, or it's not, I don't know. I don't know what the words I want to come up with. You can come up with your own words for it. But, yeah, that there's just literally not something in them that allows for that in that moment of time. It's possible that with healing, growth, their own experiences, that they may come around to that and be able to then experience and connect with what you are feeling or going through or whatever. But yeah, I think it was just a very interesting perspective that brought this idea around that there are people who don't have the capacity for that, and that's okay. And I think that at some point, if we're more open and mindful and can be honest with ourselves about the situation, then that alleviates pressure, not just for us, but for the other person as well. And we can utilize that information to be able to say, is this someone who we want in our life? Is this someone who we want to continue with X, Y, or Z? Is this something that we allow them to show up exactly who they are and love them unconditionally for that? Or does that pull us out of who we are? And the ultimate goal, from what I'm starting to get glimpses of, is that you are so solid in who you are that no person, no situation, no whatever can knock you off of that foundation. So, can you allow that person to be in your life while you are solid in who you are? Does it knock you off your center, off your foundation to where, you're always being sucked into a situation, or you're always flowing through emotions, or you're always not being yourself? And then that's a decision where maybe you say, this is not aligned with who I am and where I am and where I'm going. And that doesn't mean that they might not come back around in a different capacity, or once they're able to achieve something for themselves or whatever. Um, but it just kind of is. So, yeah, I hope that that makes some sense, but it definitely did for me. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening, my friend.
Thank you for listening to Miracle in Time podcast. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and share with a friend. If you would like to know more about me or my services, please visit yourlightllc.com.